MMA people, we're live and we're lit. Okay. Okay, first things first. First things first. Like, yeah. Let there be light. Alex Pereira. Oh my days. Oh man. No more no more doubting Alex Pereira. There will be no more doubting of Alex Pereira. If any of you were doubting him, I was not. But what I was saying um, on the channel as well as with AP Ali, I thought Pereira had a great chance to win because in the first fight, I thought he was losing, although he wasn't losing by much. But I thought that it was taking him a little bit of time to catch on to Yuri's movements, his patterns. And when he caught him. He ended it. But this time, I was thinking, well, he's seen Yuri's movements now, and he still caught him. So this time, he's going to have a much better chance of catching him cleaner. I think it would be a lot cleaner, is what I was saying. Now, that is exactly what ended up happening. I mean, the first round, right at the end of the round, drops Yuri with the left hook. Did y'all notice that Alex had his hands up this time? Alex had them hands up this time. He wasn't playing. He had them things up. Okay. So he was very clean, very sharp. Alex is no matter what happens for the rest of this year, Alex is fighter of the year. Okay. I don't care who does what for the rest of this year. Alex Pereira is fighter of the year. Okay. Alex Pereira should be on the cover of the next UFC game. Okay. I'm telling you right now, Alex Pereira put him. They need to just make a game just to put him on the cover, or do like a special edition of this new UFC 5 or something like that. They need to do something. Alex Pereira needs to be on the cover of the UFC game ASAP. Make it happen. Okay, hands of stone. This is feet of stone too. Okay, this man. Oh my God, I'm taking it back to the Jamal Hill fight. Jamal Hill kicks this man in the cup, clearly. And then Herb Dean, he pats himself like, okay, you kicked me in my nuts, but Herb Dean comes in, he says, no, no, it's cool. Don't worry about that. Don't don't interfere with this fight. Watch out, Nick. Watch out. Proceeds. He stepped on Jamal Hill's foot and then hit him with the left hook. Okay. Cleaned him up and then finished him on the ground. Pause. Also, I got MMA Joey saying pause. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah. Tell him I said that. Tell him I said I got him saying pause. But anyways, he finished him on the ground. Pause. And then comes out here and drops Yuri first round. Second round, 13 seconds, cleans him up. He actually head kicked him with like knocked him out with the head kick. It's probably like 8 seconds. Okay. But Herb Dean, I know y'all love Herb Dean. Everybody loves Herb Dean right now. Um, he let the fight continue, and so Alex started raining more punches on Yuri. Okay, Yuri was out of it, man. Yuri was out for a while. I mean, even when he was standing up, he still was not fully there. Even and they were helping him up. He was not standing on his own when he first got up. He was he was out for a while as far as being loopy. He wasn't out of consciousness, but he was wobbled, very, very dazed. Okay. So um after that, Alex proceeds to pop his toe back in place. I mean, what? This dude is a mutant. I am not. I'm so serious. There, there needs to be some type of like what is that Mythbusters or Sports Science. They need to do something on Alex Pereira. This man is different. I mean that this man is different. The way when he hits people with the hands or the feet, they just do not respond the same way as when other people hit him. Pause. But they just do not respond the same way. Alex Pereira's strikes are serious business. I honestly, wow, wow. I definitely am going to have him favored over Ankalaev. Did you see how stacked Alex Pereira was looking in the fight? How replenished he was looking? I mean, he looked refueled. He was yoked out there. I'm curious to see if you guys know. Put it in the chat. What did Alex Pereira weigh in at on fight night? What was his fighting weight last night? Does anybody know? Go ahead, put it in the chat if you know. Also, whew, Anthony Smith. Oh man, that is tough for Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith took a big chance and he actually talked some pretty interesting trash talk coming up to this fight about the entire division. He said that basically everybody in the division ducked him, and this is why he gets paid the big bucks. And don't talk about why he makes this much and how he gets these opportunities because he's willing to do what no one else in his division is willing to do. This is the things that Anthony Smith was saying, and I was actually behind it. Pause. But Delize stole the show there. Shout outs to him. Shout outs to Delize. Delize went out there and put on a clinic. He looks like a true light heavyweight. Delize looked like a true light heavyweight, and now I believe he'll be ranked in top 10 in light heavyweight and middleweight, which is a 20-pound difference in weight class. That is a very, very interesting thing when these guys are able to do that. The guys that go from light heavyweight to middleweight, I think are very, very underrated in what it is that they're doing. 20-pound difference. Do you guys realize how much plays into a 20-pound weight gap? The type of guys that you're gonna actually the size of guys that you're gonna be fighting against. It's a very, very vast difference between the middleweights and the light heavyweights. Hence Israel Adesanya's experiment going up there. Okay, and a lot of people had him favored to win that fight after he beat Holocosta, was it? They were saying, "Oh my gosh, Israel might be the best light heavyweight in the world too." I mean, it was crazy, but when he went up there and he could not get up when Jan Blachowicz had him down on the ground. Israel was struggling to get up, and that was very, very evident and reflective of that weight gap. That is a 20-pound difference. Is in boxing, that's probably 10 to 13 weight classes difference. 20 pounds. I mean, it's vast. So for Delije to do that against Anthony Smith, who is a extremely formidable, well-rounded fighter and contender in the light heavyweight, very, very experienced, um, tough, gritty, game opponent. Anthony Smith, the only time I seen Anthony Smith not show up was against John Jones. Against Glover Teixeira, he showed up. He just ran out of gas, and Glover started wearing that ass out. Oh my goodness! But Anthony Smith comes to fight. Okay, Anthony Smith shows up. So for Delije to go out there and do what he did to Anthony Smith, I think is very reflective of the contender that he is, that and what is on the horizon for him. Okay, his ceiling, okay, is just going way up. Anthony Smith, what's next for him? That's a good question. Okay, because him coming off a loss, probably gonna put him in there with somebody else that's coming off a loss. I say, well, probably won't be against Jamal Hill because they just were training together. So I'm assuming there's some type of camaraderie there. I don't know how much they would want to fight each other when they train together. Apparently, Anthony just helped out. He was helping out Jamal Hill for his camp that he just had to pull out of due to injury. So I'm interested there to see what would be next for Anthony Smith. Losing to a middleweight coming up, you could tell that Anthony Smith was very, very upset about this. It was almost like he didn't even want to shake Delize's hand. And I don't think it was because he was mad at Delize or any type of animosity or anything like that. I think he was just upset with himself for losing. And he was just like, "Man, I don't even like, man, whatever, dude. Like, yeah, good job, bro." But he wasn't trying to do all that hug shit and talk and shake hands and do all that stuff. He was not interested. Anthony Smith was not interested in any parts of that. So let's let's look at let's look at the UFC light heavyweight rank. Matter of fact, I'm gonna share the screen so y'all can see this shit. Look what they got. Yeah, my man. Get this shit off. My man. What they talking about? Chama. Hey, I might have to. I'm gonna start saying Chama at the end of every show, right in the beginning. Make sure y'all remind me to say Chama, bringing the show. MMA people, Chama. Yeah. All right. So let's look at these rankings. Alex Pereira is the face of the UFC. Or is that not true? I say, I say. So Anthony Smith, they have him ranked at 10 right now. I'm thinking that's gonna change. So although Carlos Ulberg is coming off of a win, and you could probably put him with Reyes. That would be a good fight. Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes. I'd like to see that. Almost have to put him against Johnny Walker, right? Johnny Walker's ranked higher than Anthony Smith, and I don't know how. How the hell did that happen? They be trying to push Johnny Walker up there, don't they? You could put Anthony Smith against Alexander Rakic or Johnny Walker. I would put him against Johnny Walker. I would put Anthony Smith versus Johnny Walker. What y'all think? That's his next best move. How the hell is Johnny Walker ranked higher than Anthony Smith? Ah, I don't know about that one. I don't agree with that at all, in fact. I think that's a huge mistake. And I don't think that they made that mistake on accident. I think that they like Johnny Walker. He's, I guess, somewhat popular because of when he was on the up and up, when he was coming up before he was when he was undefeated. He was known as the guy that's going to come in and beat John Jones. And he was telling everyone that. And he had a dynamic style, very flashy, very entertaining style. And then he messed his shoulder up. I believe he tore his rotator cuff doing the worm after a fight. I mean, that is that is so embarrassing. But he's been I mean, there's no way he should be ranked higher than Anthony Smith. No way. I don't see it. So yeah, put Anthony Smith versus Johnny Walker. Put Dominic Reyes versus Carlos Ulberg. That's gonna be a good one. And then let's just do 5 and 6. Alexander Rakic versus Nikita Krylov. I think Jan's still injured. And Jamal Hill, put him versus Ankalaev. Yeah, but Ankalaev's coming off a win. I guess just give Ankalaev a title shot if Alex doesn't go up to heavyweight. Because that's another thing that we're gonna have to talk about. If y'all watched the commentary last night, Joe Rogan was not letting up on Alex moving up to heavyweight. He was making that a point over and over and over again. He asked Alex about it in the post fight interview. He talked about it at the post fight in the post fight talks with DC and John Anik, whatever. They was um, talking as they always do, going over the recapping the fight, so on and so forth. And Joe Rogan made it a point to bring up Alex moving up to heavyweight multiple times, saying that he wants to see it. It's never been done, so on and so forth. So Joe Rogan is definitely be watching my videos. Shout outs to that. But on a serious note, let's say Alex moves up to heavyweight. All right, we're gonna clean this up. You can do Magomed versus Jamal Hill. Well, Jamal Hill's hurt, so it doesn't even matter. Actually, we don't got to make him no matchups. And then Yuri coming off that L. If uh if he just waits, he's gonna have to wait it out. I think after that. So yeah, let all them fight, and then Magomed just kind of wait for the winners of those fights, and then match him up with a winner depending on who wins the most impressively out of Alexander Rakic versus Nikota Krylov, Johnny Walker versus Anthony Smith, and Dominic Reyes versus Carlos Oberg. So you're welcome, UFC. I just did a lot of work for y'all for free. You know, it's all good. It's what I do. It's what I do. Is Sean Strickland ducking? Hmm? Is Sean Strickland ducking? I say hell no. I do say he's contradicting himself. Absolutely. I think he contradicted himself big time with the I don't care about the belt shit, and this belt doesn't mean anything to me. Yaza yaza ya. I think he went overboard with all that, and now it's like, okay, well, that means that you'll just fight whoever. But he won the belt against Israel Adesanya. I had him winning against Dricus. I believe Dana White had him winning against Dricus. I believe most people in their right minds had Sean Strickland winning against Dricus. And so I thought he should have got a rematch. Didn't get a rematch. Fights Paulo Costa, beats Paulo Costa 4-1, I believe, maybe 5-1 on some cards. Even though one of the judge has it for Costa, that was, I mean, everybody talked about how bad of a decision that was. And I mean, that was like one of the biggest topics of that card was how bad that judge was. Are people forgetting that? And now we're going to pretend like, oh, he was on a split decision to Costa. Stop it. Stop it. I mean, come on. If you had Paul Costa winning that fight, you're ludicrous. And I believe I heard one or two of these. No, I think just one of these MMA guys out here talk about having um Costa winning that fight. And I don't know which one it was. That's why I'm not gonna say the name because it was one or the other. I can't remember which one. So, um, yeah, Sean Strickland. I'm not holding that uh loss against Dricus to him. And then so to me, he's basically on a 30 fight winning streak. Two of those being title fights. Yeah, he should be back in a title fight after he just took another fight, contender fight. Why should he have to win two fights? He beat Izzy, okay? Sh- I don't know how he didn't win to Strikers. I mean, that is BS. Go watch the fight. He did more damage. He had more strikes landed. He won that fight. He won 3 rounds. He won 3 rounds clearly in that fight. Sean Strickland won 3 rounds clearly against Dricus. And so, again, I'm not over here trying to be like, oh, Sean Strickland, cry, cry. No, but he paid his dues. He took his L. Then he took another fight, won. I think he should be back right. He should be right back for a title shot. And then he's like, oh, wait it out, wait it out, wait it out. Honestly, I love Robert Whitaker. And I wouldn't mind seeing Robert Whitaker fight Sean Strickland if Sean Strickland gets the belt back, or if Sean Strickland ends up losing and then fight Sean Strickland or Robert Whitaker down the line, whatever. I'd like to see that fight, but more so, I don't think Sean Strickland is ducking Robert Whitaker. I don't think he's afraid of Robert Whitaker. I think he's just like, this is kind of BS how you guys are doing me. They did Sean Strickland kind of dirty. They put him in the situation where he's fighting in Canada, and that was a terrible place for Sean Strickland to be fighting. Okay, so it was just all weird to me. Very weird how that situation played itself out. hmm But Kobe is ducking Ian Gary. I mean, it's actually sick. I was actually so y'all know I like Kobe Covington before, but now I don't rock with Kobe Covington anymore. He's it's weird how you can talk like that to somebody, have every opportunity to fight him and not fight him, and then you know how Dana White talks about fighters, how they price themselves out. Chael Sonnen speaks on this at times. Fighters will, instead of just saying I don't want to fight, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I'll fight for this much," and that much just so happens to be a crazy amount of money that they know they will never get. It's like okay, it's like me. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'll fight any YouTuber. I'll fight any of the YouTubers, but I have to make at least 10 million." It's like, all right, you're not serious. You don't want to fight. Yeah, you'll fight for 10 million. I bet you would. And so that's pretty much what Colby Covington was doing. Oh, have your wife send a video begging me and have her come here and talk to me. Like, dude, you're weird, man. The taking your comments all on turning your comments on thing, I'm with that. I'll fight you, but you're gonna have to turn them comments on and keep them on the whole time. I'm with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that because I think Ian Gary was hiding. Like I think Ian Gary was hiding from them comments. Yeah, absolutely tucking tail and quivering up. I think that was lame when he turned off the comments. Absolutely. But Ian Gary ain't scared of Kobe Covington. Kobe Covington is scared of Ian Gary. There's a difference. I don't think Sean Strickland is scared of um, Robert Whitaker. I think Kobe Covington is afraid of Ian Gary. And I think he knows he pissed Ian Gary off with the shit he was saying. And he's going to have to. And the difference is with Masvidal, he knew he was going to be able to back that shit up. And he did back it up in the octagon. He backed up everything he said to George Masvidal in that octagon. But he doesn't believe he'll be able to back it up against Ian Gary, and he was talking some mad bad shit. He was talking some crazy shit about Ian Gary's wife and all this is his wife's ex-husband. He's a cuck, all this stuff. So thing is, if you're gonna talk like that, I was very interested in seeing you back it up again. So even though you kind of lost me with the Leon situation on how that was, it was weird with Kobe. When he went with the Ian Gary thing, I was like, wait a second, this can be good though. If Kobe comes out here and puts Ian Gary on his neck, finishes him off, pause, I might be able to start leaning back towards Kobe a bit. But him ducking Ian Gary is pathetic, man. I mean, that is literally the only fight that people want to see him go against. The people want to see him in right now, and I think it's starting to even go away. It's starting to just be like, all right, you know what? If he's not, he's already ducked in Gary. I don't even know if I care who he fights next. Honestly, if Kobe Covington fights, who's he gonna fight? Sean Brady's already got a fight. He wants to fight Wonder Boy. Like, come on, I won't even watch that unless it's like on one of the cars that I'm already buying, and I'll probably just use that time to go to the restroom or something. Go go take to drop a dose. Go get something to eat or something like that, because that is not a fight I'm interested in at all. And once he keeps on calling out, I would watch if he fought Charles Oliveira just because it's Charles Oliveira, and I'll watch anytime Charles Oliveira is fighting. I don't care who it is. But again, you want to call out lightweights, you want to call it Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira, and then call out Wonder Boy. This is Kobe. You talk all this stuff about Ian Gary, and here Ian Gary is chomping at the bit to get to you. I mean, he is chomping at the bit to get to Kobe. And Kobe, I'm not even gonna call you can't call Kobe chaos anymore. You cannot call him chaos anymore. He is running. Yeah, Kobe is running, running and running, running, running and running, running and running, running. Yeah, that's what Kobe doing. He on the treadmill because you can't get away. You can't get up. You if you duck this fight, it doesn't matter what you do for the rest of your career. But this this is not going anywhere. This duck ain't going anywhere. It's gonna be like a cloud over you. Yeah. So I mean, what are you gonna do? Fight Kamaru Usman again? Kobe's gonna fight him. He ain't gonna fight Kamaru again if it ain't for that belt. That's the only way he fighting Kamaru. Shoot. Hmm. Kobe's something else, man. What is he doing out here, man? Y'all get your boy. Kobe fans, check in with me. Let me know what's going on with this man. Is he okay? Is he responsive? Is he still in the UFC? Is he retired? Is Kobe retired? I think Kobe might be retired. Who's he gonna fight? He won't fight. He won't fight guys like Jack. He won't fight. Probably won't fight Sean Brady either. Maybe Sean Brady wins. He might fight Sean Brady. Obviously, he'll fight Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Mm, would he fight? Would he see? I don't think he would fight Vicente Luque. He might fight Michael Venom Page, Kevin Holland, Neil Magny. I don't know if he'd fight Buckley. Buckley would come in there to put hands on that man. So would Jeff Neal. I think he might fight Jeff Neal, maybe. He would be not, and he wouldn't be interested in doing no striking though. He would only fight guys where he has a huge wrestling advantage on. I don't think he fights. I don't think he would fight Gilbert Burns. Uh, I don't think he'll fight anybody in the top five I mean, he granted he fought Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards, um, but for the title, I'm saying for without the title on the line, I don't think he'll fight anybody in the top five. I don't think he'll fight anybody in the top six, the top seven. I don't think Kobe Covington will fight anybody in the top seven without the title. So, and then Sean Brady, he might fight. He'd probably fight 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, and 15. He probably would fight Michael Venom Page. I don't know. I don't even know if he would fight Michael Venom Page. I think he would though. I'll say he would. I'll say he would. uh, Arman Sarukian, man. Did he make the apology? Did Arman Sarukian make the apology? I don't see nothing. I don't think he apologizing, yo. I hope not. And they better still give him that title fight. If not, that means Islam's ducking that man. Islam is ducking that man if he doesn't wait that extra 3 months. I don't care. You don't need to apologize. These folks think they can just come out here and do anything nowadays. But then they want to press charges, which I don't think that he did, but still, he threatened to if he didn't get Connor tickets. He said, I won't press charges if I can get tickets to Connor, front row tickets to see Connor. He gonna be in the front row flipping off Connor. Like what you can't put this man in the front row nowhere no more. You gotta put him in the back where he can't be reaching in arm's reach of these fighters. Which Armin Sarukian never landed a punch on him, by the way. That was BS the way they tried to word that. But Armin did swing on him. It was nasty too. He was really trying to get at him. It looked like if it would have landed, it would have been nasty. Let's say that. I wonder what would have happened. Whoa. What if Armin would have knocked him out like clean? Do you think that they still would have let him fight? That would have been crazy. Whoa. What if he would have knocked him out clean? Boom. Boom. Clean shot. And he was on the walkout. Y'all think they still would have let that man fight? Dana White was thinking, keep the show going. We'll deal with that later. Yeah, that would have been crazy. That would have been um two wins in one night because he didn't uh submit or he didn't stop Charles, didn't finish Charles, but that would have been crazy if he did knock him out and then go knock Charles out. That would have been even crazier. But Alrighty, we gonna get on off here. I say put Jan versus Jamal Hill. Jan Blachowicz versus Jamal Hill when they return from injury. Also, you're welcome UFC for that. Yeah, I just cleaned up the lightweight division. Sure did. I just cleaned up the lightweight division. Alrighty. MMA House on MMA Block. We in the middle of MMAville. And yes, we keep it real. Chama. Chama.